Hi, I'm JayLeonardJ, and today we are looking at the Robert Keeley Super Phat Mod. Welcome back to the Keeley Top 3. Yes, 3 pedals, 3 days, and my top 3 favorite settings on the Keeley Super Phat Mod. That's what we're talking about today. And what this is kind of the final product of that beautiful genesis of their blues driver mods, all kind of leading up to this final project, this beautiful FET style overdrive slash booster slash loveliness. Unlike a Tube Screamer, which is, a Tube Screamer very mid-present, in your face, and very kind of smooth around the edges. It has a nice polished kind of finish sound. This thing, it's not that. It's very amp-like, it's gritty, it's sandpapery, and it's incredibly dynamic. It doesn't sound like everything's on 10. It gives you exactly what you put into it. And it's also, because of that nice wide kind of frequency range and response of it, it works equally well before your overdrives and after your overdrive. So it's a perfect stacker, a perfect booster, very, very versatile. It even has this nice fat switch in it. So if you have really thin single coil pickups and you want to be like meaned up in the bottom, well, it's got you covered. So what we're gonna do today is I got myself my good old trusty custom shop Fender Telecaster with the Virgil Arlo pickups and string joy strings. I'm gonna be going into a Fender Deluxe amp, and let's go plug this thing in and see exactly what kind of beautiful screaming details we can get out of this tiny little box. All right, so this pedal is all about kind of getting your bass tone and just taking it to the next level, just making it a little bit grittier, a little bit meaner, and let's see if it delivers on it. This is my clean tone. Ooh, sounds pretty good. Let's turn on the Phat Mod. I have it on flat setting, and the drive up in the middle, tone a little bit to the left. Oh, buddy, that sounds absolutely lovely. So let's start off with my first tone. I want to get a really dynamic kind of just your amp, only with just a little bit of nastiness on the edges. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to draw the drive really low. Let's put it around there. And I'm going to turn up the trebles to get a little bit more clarity on top. To give us a little bit more kind of blanket on the bottom, I'm gonna flip over the fat switch and we get this nice, warm, smooth, dynamic, touch-sensitive thing. Oh, that sounds absolutely lovely. Pretty much, if you just want to get an extension of your tone, this is the sound that you want. my second tone, let's go try a little bit more of a crunchy setting. This thing has a really good amount of gain, but it's still very touch sensitive, still very dynamic, and beautifully sizzly. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our drive up a little bit more here, and I'm gonna put the tone on the flat section. The reason why is because when it's on fat, it's great when you're low gain, but when you're high gain, I tend to go back off a little bit so it doesn't get too muddy. And just listen to this electricity here. You can really hear it in the treble. And then on the neck pickup, you really feel it too. It's alive, doesn't get muddy. You lay off your pick attack, you lay off your volume knob, and all of a sudden you got dynamics and meanness for days. For my last sound, we're gonna use this thing as a boost. Now, typically when we're using an overdrive pedal as a boost, we'll put it first in the signal, so we'll go boost, overdrive. But in this case, we're gonna go in the opposite direction. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a fuzz into the Phat Mod. Now, if we did that with a tube screamer, the lack of lows and the honky mids of a tube screamer would just make that fuzz sound really unusable. But because this is so full range, by putting the fat knob here, putting the drive knob really low, cranking the level, what we end up getting is a fuzz going into this really amp-like, dynamic, kind of beauty fuzz kind of thing. It makes the fuzz sound a lot more forward present, a lot more gritty, but it still contains a lot of the sensitivity and touch beauty that you want from an overdrive pedal. It's a little bit unconventional of a way to do it, but it really, really sounds fantastic.